Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So first off, I'm just gonna apologise about the camera quality. To be fair, it's probably the same as normal because I'm bloody useless, but my phone is currently around the mobile phone repair shop. So a couple of weeks ago I dropped my charger lead in the dog bowl and I totally forgot about it. That was on the morning, and then on the night when I plugged it in my phone, it said, oh, come up with this alert thing that you've got bloody moisture in your phone. So anyway, long story short, basically what the fella said at the shop was that the water has obviously got chemicals and stuff in it, and it's the chemicals that's hardened, and the chemicals has broke the charging port, so I need a new charging port. So hopefully I get my phone back on Monday. But anyway, there's a bake-off. I'm not taking anything too seriously, to be fair, on Sergeant Fury Tour's channel. And at the moment there's me and there's Alan, who's a fellow allotmenteer. So if any of me allotment people's watching this, head over to Alan. I'll put his link in the description. Yeah, so Alan knocks up some pretty amazing cakes and stuff, to be fair. And I've just been doing them because my mum's not been very well. So that's why I've mainly been doing the cakes and stuff, because my mum does bake a lot for them. So I've kind of just been cooking and stuff for them and just vlogging it as well as I go, so it's a little bit of content for me as well. So today I'm going to make, this is for me bake off part 1, so there's 3 parts or 3 challenges to it, and I'm going to make one of these Raffaello, if I've said it right, a Raffaello drip cake basically. So it's going to be a sponge cake, it's going to be coated in buttercream, flavoured buttercream, coconut sponge with vanilla buttercream on, and then I'm going to do some buttercream swirls, a white chocolate drip, and some of these bad boys on the top to finish off for decoration. So first things first, we'll get started with the cake, and I'm hoping I'm going to record this and then I might have to send them to me phone when I get it back and then load it up, because the battery on this phone is absolutely dreadful, and also the memory space as well is absolutely shocking. Won't let us like save the videos properly after editing. I do have one of these DJI dongle camera things, and to be fair, Carl bought us it because I like doing YouTube videos, and it was about at the time it was about £450 for this camera, and I've used it all of 2 times or something like that. I just cannot get away with it, and I'll have to load it onto a laptop or plug it into my phone or whatever. I might try and sort of get used to it because it's a really, really good quality camera, but yeah, I just much prefer my phone, to be fair. So let's get cracking with the cake. So in goes our butter first off, and I'm just going to cream the butter till it's all nice and soft and nice and mixed. So that'll go in there for a couple of minutes. And again, apologies, my camera thing, I'm apologising, and it's probably as crap as what it normally is, to be fair. But yes, yeah, so I'm just going to put this on and just mix that up. So in next, I'm going to put in our sugar. So our butter's softened, and then a bit of my sugar stuck to the bottom of the scales there, so get that in and all. And then we'll put that back on. And then in next, I'm going to put my flour, which is self-raising flour, and again, get any that's stuck on the bottom of the scales and put that in. In there is going to be 3 eggs, and I'm running low on vanilla and all. I have to get some more, and then just give this a mix up as well. So there's my mixture, and it wouldn't be a coconut cake without some desiccated coconut. So I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of that in, and then give that all a mix around so the coconut is in the cake. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my baking tin to bake. I'm using a 8-inch tin. It's lined with some grease-proof paper. So there's our coconut cake going in. Not every little bit of that mixture's combined perfect. So let's hope it bakes just as nicely. Because like the pressure's on. So we're just going to even this out in the tin. And hopefully we get an even rise and an even bake on this. So I'm doing 2 of these, so this is the first layer. I've only got one 8-inch tin. I've only got one of these tins, so I'll have to wait until this is baked and cooled and then do another one, which I'm not going to record because it's just going to be exactly the same process, so it's a little bit pointless really. So, but yeah, so there's our coconut cake mixture, and that's going to go in the oven, and I always do mine at gas mark 4 or just above gas mark 4 for about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll just see how it does. Check it, do the skewer test. So that's going in the oven, and I'll bring you back once everything's baked. So there's the cake out of the oven. Just removing some of the grease proof. It's still hot, so it's still cooling. And there you go. Looks a bit. Let's have a look. Put it in the light. There you go. So it's nice and cooked and golden. But as I say, it's still really hot. I'm going to put this on a pot. I'm thinking of my bloody tomato plants. I'm going to pop this on a cooling rack now, because I just used the plates to get it out and flip it over out of the tin. And I've got the second cake in baking. And what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to start the buttercream and put that in the fridge for later. So the next thing, I'm going to just put my butter in here to make my buttercream. Oh god, it doesn't go all over the mixer. And I'm just going to mix this just so that it softens. So the butter's been creaming in there for quite a bit, or softening. So I'm just going to push it all back down in there. And then I'm just going to add my icing sugar in here, and I want, just grabbing a spoon because I'm not going to, in fact, just taking that off there and then put it in with a spoon because it'll go all over. And then I'll just put the mixer on again to mix through. And then you can add any flavouring of your choice. Mine is going to be vanilla. And I've mentioned it before, there's a brand and it's called Beau, B-E-A-U. And those flavourings there, they're really, really concentrated, but honestly they're unreal. They do gin, whiskey, you know, alcoholic flavourings. They do an amazing coconut, salted caramel. They do all the nice flavourings. Just if anybody's after any, and it's on they are on a website called Cake Stuff as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mix this, and hopefully the iced sugar doesn't go all over when I'm doing it. Once I'm just covering the hole, that's it. And I'll just mix that until it's all combined. And I'm hoping you can see from the camera how white the buttercream's gone, and that's because of how much we've mixed it as well. So that means it's all nicely combined and stuff, mixed properly. And that's just vanilla, ice and sugar and butter. And the butter obviously we've softened so it's not lumpy, and then we added the ice and sugar in. So what I'm going to do now, because the second cake is in the oven, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this buttercream into the fridge. I'll cover it over with a bit of cling film and I'll pop it into the fridge, and I'm going to wait until my cakes are completely cooled. And once the cakes are completely cooled, we'll then start to decorate. So I've got a little turntable thing here for my cake to go on. I've got my buttercream, which is just vanilla buttercream. My cakes are completely cooled, and I've only got so long on my memory as well for this video, so I'll be kind of doing it quickish or not filming as much. So I've got the greaseproof paper on the bottom. I wrapped it in cling film because today is Sunday. I was going to finish this off yesterday, but I just didn't get a chance, so that's fine. It's actually better to decorate the day after when it's completely cold. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some buttercream in the middle. I'm not putting any jam or anything like that in. I'm just purely putting buttercream in. Just a layer of that. So that'll be enough of a layer of buttercream. The reason why, I know there's not loads and there is quite a bit of cake, but the reason why is I'm going to be coating it all in buttercream as well on the outside. So you are going to get plenty of buttercream. So this is my second one. So I'll just show you how that's baked. Like that. And with this one, yeah, I'll put it that way so it's flat on the top, so that you're getting the bottom on the top, if that makes sense. This was baked on the bottom of the tin, and that's going on the top of the cake. You can see how it kind of domes in here, but as I put the buttercream on, you just layer it up and build it up so that it goes straight. So that's what I'll do now. Right, so what you seen me do there was a crumb coat. So it's a sort of thin layer, and you can see hopefully on the camera now this side here is now straight because I've filled in the gaps with the buttercream. And like I say, you'll have to excuse me palette knife. I've had this palette knife for years. The handle come off, and I just use it. This is just my palette knife. So yeah, so I'm just going to pop this in the fridge, and I'm just going to let this set. And what that'll do, it'll help me in the next steps to apply more buttercream so that we hide the rest of the cake and get a nice smoother finish as well. So this is now going in the fridge for about half an hour or so, just until it sets. And like I say, I know I haven't completely done all of these, but it doesn't necessarily matter. It's just giving us something on there so that the next coat can stick to, but it's not going to keep pulling off because it's going to be cold. As you can see there, it's sort of coming off as I'm going round. So in the fridge it goes, and I'll bring you back when we do the next steps. So this has been in the fridge and it's still a little bit soft. Could maybe leave it in a little bit longer, but I'm just going to get this done now. there we have it. That's now going in the fridge to set again in the fridge, and then I'm going to put my chocolate on the top. So I've now put some white chocolate. You can do it in the microwave, over the hob, or however you wanna do it. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a drip and put some white chocolate on. Push it down. We'll have a little drip or a drizzle going down the sides. I'll just do the rest of this. I think you can see all right, and I'll just keep doing the drip. So there's the drip done now, and we've got a layer of white chocolate on the top, vanilla buttercream, coconut sponge, and a layer in the middle of buttercream as well. So that'll go in the fridge to set, and then once it's set we'll finish it off. So while that chocolate is still a little bit wet and tacky, I'm just gonna do some sprinklage of coconut on the top, and then it won't fall off. There we go, and then that'll go into the fridge. So I've put the leftover buttercream into a piping bag, and I'm on a pipe, and I don't know, I'm still undecided. I might just do little swirls. That's what I'm going to do. Right. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to place some of these Raffaello sweets on the top and all the way around. And there we have it, our Raffaello drip cake. And again, apologies for any camera quality if it's poor. Can I say that in there? Oh no, I thought you could see the canistella in the background, but you can't. So there you go, a Raffaello drip cake.